Hi, this is Allison again with All One Sun, and if it looks like I'm like wearing the same thing, it's because I did a lot of these tapes kind of like back to back, and so here I am. But anyway, I'm with All One Sun, and All One Sun is a community that is designed for people, enlightened people, souls to get together and just share their experience and just commune together, just bouncing off each other. And also, I've designed that to a place where to for people who are in need to come and get help. And I'm still working on that website. And anyway, this topic is about keeping our frequencies, keeping our frequency high in all this mad mess. There you go. Keeping our frequency high in this mad mess. And one of the things that I'd like to actually say before I actually do that, maybe kind of like a disclaimer, is that has enlightened souls, and I hear people talk about this a lot with on their page, and they use this name and they call people trolls, and I just think that is so nasty to do that. But if you don't agree with anything that I have, if anybody's listened to this and you don't happen to agree with anything that I have to say, it's okay. All right? If you can take something from it, take something from it. And one of the reasons why I say it's okay, and there is no wrong or right, is because, here's the thing. When everyone is getting, anybody who's becoming awake is actually getting messages. They're remembering, whatever you want to call it, remembering, getting messages from their higher self, uh, um, guardian angel, whatever you want to call it. Okay, it's all the same thing. So wherever these messages are coming from, the thing is that not everybody is going to translate it, if you want to put it that way, the same exact way. However, one of the things that I notice is that most enlightened souls are really the foundation of the message is really the same. Some of us are going to have a little bit more information. Some of us are going to say things and express things differently. And that has to do with probably the way the vessel, us as the vessel, based on our experience that we have in life, which is going to uh, define our character, is really going to affect the way that message comes through to us. And I can understand why that is, because my message may not relate, it's not going to relate to everyone, okay? And it's not everyone message is going to relate for me. I still listen to everyone. I mean, not as many people as I can. Some people I just can't listen to for some reason. My, vibrate, and then sometimes I force myself to listen to it because I understand that there is probably something there that I'm going to that I can use, and a lot of the times it does. And if it's really to the point where I can't listen, that I'm not going to listen. And I've heard messages with people where I don't really agree with something that they have to say, but I understand where they're coming from and why they may actually come to that conclusion. And I don't know, maybe I'm there and they're not there yet. I don't know, maybe they're there and I'm just not there to that point and that level of experience yet. Whatever, I just leave it alone. But in any case, so after saying that, I just wanted to just get that out of the way so that I'm not getting these hate messages that I'm full of it. And I'm also going to say that I'm not going to talk about anything that I haven't fully have any experiences that I'm not going to be able to talk about. What I'm experienced, what I'm actually going through right now and going to discuss is based on my experience, and how it helps you, that's going to be up to you. Okay? So anyway, now let's get on to the topic. And the topic is, again, keeping and raising our frequency in all of this mad mess. All right. I would like to think, and why is it happening? That's also the other thing. How can we raise our frequency in this madness, and why is this mad mess occurring at this moment? All right. Now, I like to call this mad mess moment purification. Why do I call it purification? A lot of people, I'm not the only one. And when I started to get this message that we're having this purification, I wasn't really sure. I mean, you know, because when you're coming into awakening and you're getting these messages and you're getting this conversation, and in fact, I had no problem when I was younger, but as you get older and you lost that contact, and now you're, you know, remembering, and now you're actually getting that contact again, you're so dumbed down by society, and you fall into that trap that you don't really trust what you're actually getting. So I had to actually reestablish that trust again. All right. So, you know, and that's why I search for other people that might be experiencing the same thing, to kind of ensure that I'm not losing my mind. But anyway, the reason why I came to the conclusion, and I'm speaking about my experience, why this is a purification. The way that it was explained to me was in a very childlike manner, story type thing. And I've had that through dreams, visions, through my just meditating and just getting the message. But it wasn't just one experience that I've had that actually got me to that point where I got to the idea that it's a purification. And then, of course, other confirmation by just running into topics of other people that have other similar stories and expressing that. Okay, and just from reading the Bible. It's in the Bible as well. But is not my base. I just think that a lot of people totally dismiss the Bible, and there is so much that is in there that we can still learn from, even though maybe a lot of things has been changed but anyway, I'm going to keep going because I'm looking at the time, and I don't want to really put this in two if I don't have to. Okay, so the purification, this is why. Okay, so now the way that I got that message was that, as again, so simple and so like a child story, was that we have the bride, the female energy, if you want to put it that way, the feminine energy. And now that I've come used to that word, I would actually say that's what it was. But the way that was actually really described to me was that it was a bride, the bride. And that the bride would actually, the husband, you have bride and a husband, and then the husband goes out to play, to have fun, to experience. You know, he just goes off to just do his own little thing. But she says to him, when you come back around, you better be clean. Don't come into my house all dirty. You can go play all you want, but when you get back here, you got to be clean. So that was seriously how it was explained to me. So he goes off, does his little thing, and just before he comes home, starts to clean up. And that's what we're going through. And the way that was explained to me also was that the cycle, and we hear people talk about this, the cycle that we're going through, that we have on this earth, it's a 7,000 year cycle. You know, that's how it was given to me, 7,000 years. I've heard other people said that it was, you know, you may hear 2,000. I think they're actually lying to us, but, you know, and then I think I've heard 6 years or something like that, but I've heard some different numbers. But what I got, that it was 7,000 years. And in fact, the last dream that I got in regard to that was that I saw, first it was a sign of the Indians in the sky, and then I saw the 7,000 that was in the sky, in like a cloud type thing, 7,000. There was more to that dream, but yeah, that was my last thing in regard to that. And that's what's the Mayan calendar is about, and I knew that they had that calendar all wrong. And there's a lot of indication which you hear about, but they're not telling you the whole story unless they don't actually know themselves, that the Earth goes through this cycle every so often, which is 7,000 years. And now we're having this purification. Oh my gosh, 10 minutes. Okay, and I haven't gone through the other thing. I may have to put this in too, but I'm actually trying not to. So, okay, so that is what's going on right now. And so for those that are on a lower frequency, if you look into the Egyptian, and you always see these things, the sign, the what do you call it, hieroglyphics that they have on the wall, and you will see that they have the scale, and you have the feather and the heart. Okay, that's pretty much what's going on here. That is a purification. And when they're entering to the other world, their heart have to be so pure where it's light as a feather. Okay, so that's what we're going through. And so we as humans should be preparing. That's what the whole thing in the Bible about with the bridesmaid. That's what that is. One will be, that's what that's all about. So we're being really deceived. And they talk about the deception. Well, we're going through that right now. We're actually going through a deception right now. But we really need to be prepared. But anyway, oh my God, I'm probably going to have to put this in too. So because I'm giving you right now what we're actually going through, and how then the next thing is how we're going to keep our frequency. I may start to hit on this because there's actually one more part, or should I talk about that first? So I don't really feel like rushing. I want to go through this, and I just want to really go through it. So I'm hoping that you all kind of get the gist of where I'm going with that, with the purification. And so therefore, a lot of the people that are actually going through all this mad crazy, as I was stating before, is because they are on a lower frequency. And those people, they don't know what's going on. They have no clue what's going on. In fact, one of the dreams that I had in regard to describing all of that, that people went, they literally lost their mind. They're literally absolutely lost their mind. Okay? They lost their mind. And so you have to prepare yourself for this particular childbirth, if you want to call it that birthing. I just got oh my gosh, I just got a revelation. Wow. Okay. Ooh. Whoa. Oh my gosh. I hate when that happens when I'm trying to tape something, because I just something just went off in my head, and it's good. It's really good. It's good stuff. All right. I'm probably going to have to continue on the next one. So I'm going to stop this right now, and I'm going to continue on the next one, but at least you get the idea about us, the madness, that's really what's going on. And that is exactly what's going on. Is just people out there that is, they are, and some of it's been created to drive people to that, because you have the elites that knows what's going on to some extent, and they, all the other stuff I don't know about. But I know there's something funky going on. All that other stuff I absolutely do not know. And so I'm not going to really talk too much about that, because I really don't know what's going on. But I know that a lot of people are being pushed. A lot of this stuff is being orchestrated to really get people emotions going. And when you keep their emotion going, they don't have really time to actually, and also the attack on religion, they don't have time to actually prepare themselves so they actually can go through this process and actually get the information that they need so that they can actually be enlightened and be awake. So there is, I think, an attempt to actually suppress people. Why? I don't know exactly know why that is. I don't know that. I don't know anything about that. Anyway, I'm going to stop right now, and I want to thank you all so much for listening. Please don't forget to like or subscribe, and just share your input with me, and then let's have a conversation. So again, thank you, and much love and peace.